that's not. Okay, we're live, guys.
We're live.
We're live.
Hi, beauties.
Hi, everyone.
Facebook. Can I just state while we're here that I just pulled out my wisdom teeth. My face is swollen, so don't judge me. Or do.
To be quite honest, you don't look like your wisdom teeth are full. You look great.
Yeah, I would have never known if you hadn't told me.
In my life. I'm going to share on my page if I'm lipstick and logic.
I had to fix my lighting really quick, y'all. That's so ghetto. So if you guys sponsor us, though, we could, get Diva lights and...
It's time. We need official sponsorships now or something.
I think we need a Patreon account. This is what it is. This is better.
This is kind of GoFundMe for us.
I don't know. I just do this sometimes. So let's get on with today's show because I feel like I'm kind of throwing things off. My bad. So Shireen, what's our topic for today?
Well, our topic is a national state of emergency, and it was actually submitted to us by a viewer. So thanks so much, Alex, for sending us a suggestion on what you think we should talk about for this week's show, especially since it's President's Day. We thought this would be a great idea. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn it over to Jessica that's going to give some background and start to facilitate our conversation today.
So, according to the news, the big thing now is that the president has declared a national state of emergency in order to fund his wall. Okay, which of course we remember that Mexico was supposed to pay for, not us. But somehow we're getting around that. So mentioned in some of the news showings is that the president also said he didn't need to declare the national state of emergency, but he did it because he wanted to make things go faster. So we just want to discuss some of the, I guess, help me out here.
We want to talk about the issues of declaring a national state of emergency. But before we kind of move on to that.
Pause for a second. I paused because it froze, so I wasn't sure. And I think Aisha's frozen too now. So.
She's here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She's back. Bear with us as we deal with our technical issues.
Yeah, I still can't see her.
Yeah, I have to add her back. She's here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're here, Aisha.
Okay. So I guess we're adding in some of the times that it's happened in the past with previous presidents, or even just if anyone has actually declared a national state of emergency for something that they didn't feel was actually something they had to do right then and there, but they just wanted it to happen fast.
Right. So before we keep going, I think it's a good idea to address why people are so upset about this happening. So for one reason, let's talk about eminent domain. Because this wall that they need, I have to keep putting that in quotes, but the wall that they need to build is on people's private property. So you're declaring this national state of emergency. You're basically saying that I am forced to give you part of my land that I used for farming or whatever it is I'm using to make my money or personal use. Doesn't matter. The point is it's mine. And you're kind of forcing me to give it up. So now there's the concern with lawsuits from landowners against the government for being forced to give up their personal land. Of course, they're also receiving requests. They started receiving requests from the federal government to test their soil for building this wall. So I can imagine if I was one of those people in Texas that are at the border, you do feel personally offended by things like this happening. And then not to mention, border control isn't actually a crisis at this time. So here we are about to be in a national state of emergency for something that's not even real yet. Hi, viewers. We're starting to get a couple people. Um, but yeah, so there's no crisis. We're actually December 2017 was the lowest level of illegal crossings since 2000. So why are we having this conversation right now? Right?
I mean, I'd like to know, especially because he's saying it's something that we need to take care of now, but then in the same breath, he's saying, well, I didn't really need to do this.
Right.
I just wanted to so that I could get basically my funding right away. So how big of an emergency is it that
So,
you're able to say that?
right. And do we know what happens when a national state of emergency is declared?
So honestly, not really.
Isha?
Nothing. I have never had this experience in my 28 years of life.
I
I mean, has it happened before?
It actually has happened before.
With
Um,
who?
with a lot of previous presidents, and I can post that on the page. I can post an article with that information. Um,
I know they can pull our troops
because
to do
they're
stuff.
scary. That's why it's an emergency. Um, go ahead, Jess. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I know. I was saying I know they could pull like our troops out of certain areas to start doing what they wanted to do with them, but that's the extent of my knowledge about it.
Right. And Isha.
I don't know. I don't like, and he's our president. I don't like giving him more attention than he deserves. He's already the president. But I mean, I honestly felt like he was going to do this with people like him who are just narcissists to their very core. They're going to do whatever they can to win and to say that they won. So he could even say that he pulled this national emergency and the wall may never be built, or the plan for the wall may happen and it just won't come to pass. And he's always going to feel like he won. It's not about the people, it's about him. I sometimes try to sit and wonder, like, what is this man's end game? Maybe there's a giant conspiracy outside of what we see, because he does a lot of really foolish things. I'm even then I'm giving him more credit than he deserves. And I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know.
Right. And for our viewers, I do want to say that we did have an internal debate on even discussing this topic for the reasons that Isha is discussing right now. Because it does feel like we continue to give him this attention that's undeserved. And why are we doing that? And it just makes everything worse. Um, so with that being said, I do think that we should kind of pivot the discussion from Trump specifically and talk about what it means when we as a country are in a national state of emergency. Because one thing that I personally think that I've been taking away from having these discussions with you guys, especially in a public place, albeit a virtual place, but a public place, is I have definitely had to do some research that I never would have done in the past because I don't usually care if people are like, oh, that's happening. That sounds so scary or whatever. And I kind of go about my life. So I did look up what does it mean when you're in a national state of emergency?
Enlighten us.
I will enlighten you. Even though it feels like you should be doing it because you have the whole goddess turban thing going on, and I love it. Oh my gosh, if we were on camera, I could kind of hear what you're saying right now. But, so, things that can happen in a national state of emergency. Did you know that your different kinds of electronic communications can be shut down?
Our electronic communication can be shut down?
Did not know that.
So it is scary. Super scary. Sorry, continue.
Your phone. Of course, the internet. You can think about how the person that's currently in power doesn't really appreciate all kinds of news sources. So that's something that came to my mind. Not being able to get news from reputable sources because someone doesn't appreciate them. Your bank account can be frozen.
Oh, this is hilarious, you guys. This is really scary.
And actually like laugh. Do you find this funny? And viewers, as you're watching, what do you know about a national state of emergency?
But do you know, like, when you have to like process something and you can't do anything else but laugh? That's how I feel. I feel traumatized right now. Sorry.
So basically, it's like the time of trouble.
Exactly.
And let's elaborate on what that means, because not everyone that watches this has our Adventist history. So you want to talk about that for a second, Jess?
Yeah, well, I guess in making a long story short, essentially that's the time period for Adventists where it's like basically we wouldn't be able to buy or sell things just because of the state of the world based upon our religious views. So technically, it kind of sounds like the national state of emergency.
Right.
Any more good news, Shereen?
It's just, I kind of got stuck at that because I honestly never thought about that before. Like, you hear that this is a possibility, and it's definitely a feasible possibility, because what would happen is, even though Congress doesn't seem like they're in favor of it right now, if a state of emergency is declared, then it gives the president these rights that are, honestly, they should be used for an actual emergency.
Well, okay, so I try to like, let's bring it back to some logic, I guess, or something to like, because this is giving me anxiety. So this has happened before,
Yeah.
but we now have, it's not the focus, but he does some extreme things. Have these extreme measures happened in the past? Like, do we need to look that up? I need to look that up because that's something that I need to know.
Right. What we need to do some fact checking on, and any viewers watching, feel free to post us in comments and you can see it. But we need to really look into if Congress has ever not been in favor of having a national state of emergency declared, because it's definitely happened before. But I don't know that it's happened without the buy-in of Congress.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I can think of like a national state of emergency happening. Like, I don't know. I'm almost certain. Of course, I was I 11 around that time? I think, yeah, around 9/11. I'm pretty sure there had to have been a national state of emergency at that time. So things where our media being monitored and just whatever else you were saying. That's really extreme. No. Anyways, sorry, back to what I was saying. That sort of thing warrants a national emergency, but people crossing the border to get into America, and it being something that's been happening for years, and you can get into America any other way, I don't see how that is a national emergency. And maybe it brings it up to that level for him because it could prevent people from coming in from all sides. Another thing I wanted to say, and it's starting to slip from my mind, was, looking back, because you have to look at the end game for certain things. Do we kind of now wish that we gave a budget for this, since he wants to declare a national emergency? Because this sort of makes me feel like maybe there is a big end game, is to have a national emergency and then do something more extreme, because the more responsibility you get, the more you can do, and you can do more damage. It's not focused on him, but
because there was money given for this. However, it wasn't what was requested. And at what point do you let someone bully you into doing something because they're like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. That's kind of the scary part of it. So what happens is it allows actions that would normally be in the most dire situations to be taken by the president. And apparently you need something for your anxiety.
Yeah, I heard that's really too strong for me. But maybe, I don't know, with Trump in the White House. But the last thing is he was asking for $4.4 trillion for the wall. I just did a quick Google search.
Oh.
I don't know. I just see a quick number. No, now I see 6 billion. I see 5 billion. I see different.
I thought it was 5 billion, around 5 billion, but
he demands for them to give 5 billion. So even then, That's kind of like, it's a lot of money. $1 billion is a lot of money.
How long it's in the Flint not having clean water.
Yeah, now where is that money going to come from? Because I feel like it's going to come from all of the things that are necessary for the Americans.
Well, if a national state of emergency is declared, there is a special budget for the military that can be used for the purposes of construction to protect the country. So there has been a lot of legally going into this. They know what they're doing. There's a plan. It's not coming from anywhere that's been allocated somewhere else, technically. But is it right? That's kind of the question. I think that's a good place for us to end today, specifically.
Oh, we're done.
Are you guys okay with that?
I just, it went by so fast.
You should be so stressed. I just feel like you need time to process.
But definitely for the viewers, tell us your thoughts and opinions, and if you even knew those facts about what could happen during a national state of emergency, because I definitely did not.
And look up some more. There's just, and then are there any like safeguards for this? Like, is there a plan B? Canceling laws? Like, is there
American now?
Hopefully, Congress is technically supposed to be in place to be that protection for the people when, checks and balances system. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. However, with the national state of emergency, there's some things that's going to go out the window that would normally be in place. That's the problem. So we will see how this plays out. It's going to be an interesting week, politically speaking. And
I'm just ready for it to be over, but I
know some of what's at stake. And of course, hopefully, we wouldn't need to be concerned about this. Hopefully. But it's easy to think about, and it's the reason that we should be voting. Good place, guys.
Well, to wrap this up on a lighter note, this is Lipstick and Logic, and now we're past the logic. Tell us about your lipstick, starting with Jessica, because I love the color. It's very pretty.
I love it today.
So I have on a NYX color, and it's called Rome. It's one of their soft matte lip creams.
It's really pretty. Shireen, what you got?
So I'm wearing Urban Decay today, and the color is called Shame.
What's it called?
Shame. It does remind me of Game of Thrones, when she's walking down like
Shame.
Sorry.
I don't have my tube with me, but I'm wearing Fenty Mademoiselle lip color Griselda.
I almost wear that. How funny would that have been?
I know. It looks like a similar shade because it's a deep berry. Mine's a little bit darker. I just, it was only, Griselda.
This one is cream.
I need to start buying more lipsticks. I need to get like a little, if anybody wants to send me one, I'm just kidding, a little lipstick organizer. So.
I think we should think about, and this is just a thought, maybe once a month, we all wear the same lip color. And that'll give everyone, the shade range, what it looks like on each,
And then, we actually talked about this last week, and we need to share our, what you call that thing, foundation colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you can do like the matching on Sephora, and then you could, see where you stand or where you lie with our shade, and then you can pick up your lipstick. And then have a talk with us on Lipstick Logic Talk. Nice little plug.
That's what I'm hearing. I already have one in mind, so let's just do that.
Yeah. You were saying you heard Ahmad? Okay, never mind. So we're going to wrap this up for today.
Clearly. Thanks, guys. Let us know what you think. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and all that jazz. Email us if you have anything.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.